All right, we got a lot of stuff before the end of the show. Michael Vick, Trent Dilfer, Greg Jennings, Tony Gonzalez all stopped by. Crazy. Good. By the way, congrats to the University of Texas that beat Oklahoma this weekend. It was a crazy game. I didn't think it would happen. I thought Texas, I said this, when a great coach takes over a program, I don't expect you to win the first year, and I don't even demand you in the second year. I got to see halfway through the second year that you got your act together. I can see change. So with Texas, I was like, they're not ready to beat Oklahoma, but I think the game should be, 10 points competitive. They beat them. They dominated much of the game. It was a crazy finish. Gus Johnson, Joel Klatt were amazing. And with that leads me into our best for last.
After almost 3 hours, Colin apparently hasn't gotten to the point yet. Quit holding out on us, cowherd. It's the best for last.
Well, every state is famous for producing something. Iowa is famous for, let's say, corn. And Iowa it produces the most corn in the United States. Idaho is famous for potatoes, right?
Love potatoes.
Okay, so do I. Idaho produces the most potatoes in the United States. Wisconsin is well known for what?
Cheese.
Wisconsin produces the most cheese in the United States. Generally, if you have a brand, you are the leader in the country in that brand. Idaho with potatoes, Iowa with corn, Wisconsin with cheese. Well, we assume that's the way it works, but it doesn't work that way with Texas. Now, it is true that Texas produces the most top college football players. In the last 5 years, Texas has produced the most college football recruits at almost 14%. In fact, you think Alabama's great? They've only produced a quarter as many recruits. So Texas leads the nation in producing the most great high school football players. And in fact, 14 current NFL quarterbacks, 9 starters, played high school football in Texas. Patrick Mahomes, Drew Brees, Andrew Luck, Derek Carr, Matt Stafford, Baker Mayfield, Andy Dalton, Nick Foles, Case Keenum, Ryan Tannehill, RG3, Colt McCoy, Chase Daniel, Josh McCown. By the way, Drew Brees did. These guys are like stars, right? But Texas is nowhere, unlike Wisconsin and cheese, and Idaho and potatoes, and Iowa and corn, Texas is nowhere near the best in football. Since 2000, 18 years ago, this is who has won national championships in college football. The state of Florida 4, Bama 6, tiny Oklahoma 1, Louisiana 2, state of Ohio 2, California. What? Even in the NFL, the Texans and Cowboys haven't won a Super Bowl since 1995. Now, the good news for Texas, good young players are more than ever staying in the state of Texas. Last year, of their 9 best high school players, 8 stayed in Texas. The bad news is, if you want to be the state known for football players producing it, like Idaho and potatoes and Iowa and corn and Wisconsin and cheese, you actually need to win football games and win championships, and Texas is not doing that. But congrats to the Longhorns, because it was an amazing win, and it was great for college football, and they're a big Regal University, and it was a wild, wild win.
Great watch.
Great watch. Are you curious, based on your genetics, how your DNA affects your weight, your sleep, your caffeine intake, sense of taste? Right now, go to 23andme.com/theherd. 23andme.com/theherd, their ancestry kit. Okay, so here we go. So let me tell the backstory. I don't bet big money on football games in the regular season. But the Supreme Court now allows for sports gambling in America. We're way behind Europe. We got a new show called Lock It In. So I bet $1,000 on a Cleveland Browns game 3 weeks ago. Baker Mayfield came in late, won it for me. So I was like, Baker, touchdown maker, Baker, money maker. I made $1,000. And I thought, well, I'm going to bet Baker the following week. So I rolled it over to $2,000, but I bet against Baker, and he did lose, so I had $2,000. And this week I said, I don't like the Baker bets. I'm going to bet on Sam Darnold Jets to beat Denver. So I went with what I called Darnold dollars. So I have $4,000. I'm going to lock it in. This is going to be one of my Blazing 5 picks. My bet of the week this week, I'm betting against Sam Darnold. The Indianapolis Colts are getting 2.5 points at the Jets. I'm taking the Indianapolis Colts. First of all, the Colts got beat up on a standalone game on national TV on Thursday. Everybody's down in the Colts. Everybody's down in the Colts. Don't be. Luck's having a great year. They're going to be healthier. Remember, they played on Thursday, so they have extra preparation time for the Jets. They will be healthier. Their pass rush is one of the top 5 or 6 in the NFL. So I get what I believe is a superior team with extra time, significantly better quarterback, equal defense, and having been humiliated and beat up on national TV, I get them against the Jets team, which is Sam Darnold, which, by the way, has a bad O-line, despite the fact they ran the football pretty well this weekend. Not much of a running game. Robbie Anderson's a good deep threat, but no tight ends. I'm getting the better team, off an ugly loss, superior quarterback, I would say potentially superior coach, I'm not sure there, but an offensive-minded coach in 2018, and I'm getting 2.5 points. Darnold dollar, Sammy. Here we go. Indianapolis Colts, lock it in, plus 2.5 is my bet of the week.
When do I get to intervene?
Now, if I win this week, $4,000, I double it, I'll have $8,000. If I win, I'm not going to count my dollars before they're earned. Mm-hmm. But if I get to $8,000, there is a chance I will just stop, take the money, and feed my children.
A chance. You made that mistake with
you know it.
Yeah, you made that mistake with McGregor this weekend.
Can I? You and I had a big disagreement on the show.
Yeah.
You think that McGregor Khabib thing was utter chaos and disarray?
It was utter chaos.
I think it plays right into their brand as the crazy sport that's dangerous and you never know what you're going to get. I think it makes me want to watch UFC more.
If it all happened in the octagon, that's fine.
If they
but
fought
you
again,
can't involve spectators and people who are outside of the is mayhem.
Sometimes I do want to punch somebody in the forehead on Twitter. I got to be honest with you.
Sure, of course, but you don't. And if you were a sanctioned fighter, you literally couldn't because that's the point. You can't just fight people.
I know this is crazy. I know this is not appropriate, but Khabib was going after McGregor's camp because McGregor ripped his family, his religion, his God, his dog, his parents, his everything.
I'm in no way condoning that you...
I'm not condoning it either.
That you speak that way to any person.
I hope
I'm not... You don't think that NBA players have people call them outside of their name on the sidelines? You don't think people yell things at them at football players? You can't climb in the stands after people?
I'm not saying this is good... But I'm saying this sport in America didn't exist in the 80s, and they have flourished being counterculture, being they're out there. I
love UFC. I'm not get off my lawn guy. All I'm saying is you can't have people in the stands in danger. It is just at one point or another you got to just draw the line.
Are you comparing this? Because I think the NBA, the Brawl in the Palace, was
Malice in the Palace. Yeah.
That was more about because players went way up into the stands. I felt this was Khabib against McGregor and his people. It wasn't about the fans.
No, it was. But yeah, okay, but that's where the fans are. They're outside. Even if, of course, it was between. He wasn't going out there to fight a fan. He was going out there to fight McGregor's people.
It's crazy. Look at these. Crazy. Whitlock and Wiley around the corner. Heads up, everybody. Hackers.